Today's tech news moves fast, but understanding it shouldn't be hard. That's why Snarful Solutions Group brings you Connecting the Dots, where we break down what's happening in tech and why it matters to you. Now, let's dive in with your hosts.
Welcome to Connecting the Dots. I'm Alex.
And I'm Morgan. Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, November 25th, 2025. And we've got a lot to talk about today. It looks like Anthropic is making some pretty big waves.
They certainly are. But before we get to that, just a quick look at our local situation here in Sacramento. If you're heading out this morning, that dense fog advisory is still in effect until 11:00 a.m. So, take it easy on the roads.
Yeah, please do. And for anyone traveling for Thanksgiving, it looks like a bit of a messy day nationally. There's heavy snow and some pretty high winds up in the northern plains and the upper Midwest.
And some thunderstorms down in the southeast, too. So just a travel day to be extra careful.
Absolutely. Safe travels to everyone out there.
Speaking of movement, let's take a quick peek at the markets. Looks like a bit of a mixed bag to start the day.
It is. The Dow Jones and the S&P 500 both kicked off in the green. The Dow is up about 283 points. That's a nice little gain of 0.61%.
And the S&P 500 is up slightly as well, about 0.20%. But crypto seems to be taking a bit of a breather.
It does. Bitcoin has pulled back a little. It's down about 1.32%. That's around 162 towers.
Just a good reminder that volatility is always part of the game in that space.
Always.
Now, before we jump into our main analysis, we want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Old Glory.
If you're looking for iconic music and sports merch, they are the place to go. And, with the holidays coming up, it's perfect for that techie friend who says they don't need anything.
Right. They have some really unique stuff. And we've got a great deal for you. Just use the promo code SNARFUL at checkout, and you'll get 15% off your entire purchase.
You can find them at oldglory.com. Definitely go check them out.
All right, let's get into the core of it. The Morningstar report today is, it's all about Anthropic. It feels like they just unleashed a major offensive.
That's a great way to put it, an offensive. They've just dropped Claude Opus 4.5, and it's a clear shot across the bow at OpenAI and Google.
And it seems like it's all about a three-pronged strategy to really capture the enterprise market.
Exactly. I mean, the pace of these releases is just relentless. We just got GPT 5.1, we just got Gemini 3, and now Anthropic is back saying, nope, we have the best model in the world.
So let's start with that first story, the AI price war. Because this isn't a minor adjustment, is it? This is huge.
Oh, it's a bombshell.
Yeah.
The headline here is a massive 67% price cut.
67%. So what were we looking at before?
Well, with the last Opus model, it cost you $15 for 1 million input tokens.
Okay.
And get this, $75 for 1 million output tokens.
Wow. Okay, so that's boutique pricing, or only using that for very specific, very high-value tasks.
Precisely. And now, those prices have absolutely plummeted. We're talking $5 for input and $25 for output.
So for anyone listening who manages a corporate budget, what does that actually mean, cutting your costs by 2/3?
It means AI is moving from being this interesting experiment to a genuine production-ready utility. That cost of inference, just running the model, that's what adds up. And when you can cut that cost so dramatically, you can suddenly afford to use it for everything. For customer service, for internal coding, for compliance, you name it.
It kind of reminds me of the cloud storage wars, a decade ago, where the price per gigabyte just kept falling and falling.
That's the perfect analogy. But what's really interesting is that even with this massive cut, Opus 4.5 is still positioning itself as the premium option.
Yeah, that's what I found fascinating. It's still more expensive than its rivals, right?
Oh, yeah. By a good margin, GPT 5.1 is way down at like $1.25 and $10. Gemini 3 Pro is around $2 and $12.
So Anthropic is basically saying, we're more affordable for production now, but you still have to pay up for our quality.
Exactly. It's a huge vote of confidence in their own model. But the problem is that justifying that quality is getting harder and harder.
Because the benchmarks are only showing tiny improvements, a few percentage points here and there.
Right. So if you're a developer, you're not going to pay 3 times more for a 2% better score on a test. The real difference is shifting to the application features.
Ah, okay. So things like the ability to preserve thinking blocks. What exactly is that?
Think of it like a persistent memory for a project. Before, the model would kind of start fresh with every single request.
Which is really inefficient for a long, complex task.
Totally. Now, by keeping those thinking blocks, it remembers the plan, the context, the reasoning from previous steps. It makes complex debugging or data analysis so much more reliable.
Okay, that makes sense. And then there's this Zoom tool for computer use. How does that change things?
It's all about efficiency. Instead of the AI having to look at the entire computer screen at once, which is computationally expensive.
And can be confusing for it.
Right. It can now zoom in on just one specific button or one data field, just like a person would. It's faster, cheaper, and way more accurate for automation.
So the big takeaway from story one is that the battleground is shifting from raw intelligence to developer-friendly features and efficiency.
That's it. Which, of course, leads us right into story number 2. Because when you give an AI all this power...
You have to talk about the security, the elephant in the room.
The big one, prompt injection.
So Anthropic is claiming this new model is the most secure ever, the hardest to trick, but the fine print tells a different story.
It does. They were very clear. They said it's harder to trick than any other frontier model.
What?
Which is a strong claim.
Yeah.
But they also released the data, which is the reality check we all needed.
So prompt injection, this is basically when an attacker tries to trick the AI with hidden instructions to get it to do something malicious.
Right, exactly. It's like social engineering for an AI. And the numbers, they're a little concerning. Even with this safest model, a single attempt to trick it still works 1 out of 20 times.
Okay, that's not great. But what if the attacker is persistent?
Well, that's where it gets really scary. If an attacker tries, say, 10 different ways to trick it, the success rate shoots up to 1 out of 3.
1 in 3. So a 33% chance of success for a motivated attacker. If you're running this on your company's critical systems, that's an unacceptable risk.
It's a huge risk. And it gets worse when you look at what they were asking the model to do.
Right, let's look at the tests. So for generating malicious code things like malware or DDoS attack scripts, it only refused about 78% of the time.
Meaning 1 out of every 4 times, it might actually help you build a cyber weapon.
And for general computer use, like surveillance or spreading misinformation, it was a little better, but still only refused about 88% of requests.
This is why you can't just rely on the model's built-in safety features. It's not enough.
They gave some pretty chilling real-world examples, too.
They did, like tricking the model into scraping forums to find people with gambling addictions.
And then compiling their usernames for a predatory marketing campaign. That's just awful.
It's incredibly unethical. Or the other one, drafting a blackmail email demanding Bitcoin. These aren't theoretical risks. These are things that can happen.
So the connecting thought here for any business listening is that you have to design your systems assuming an attacker will get through.
Exactly. The model is just one layer. You need your own security, your own verification, your own access controls built around the AI. You have to plan for that 1 in 3 failure.
Which brings us perfectly to our third and final story. The efficiency engine. If Opus is the big, powerful, and slightly risky model,
then you need a smaller, faster, cheaper model to do the grunt work.
Yeah.
And that's where Haiku 4.5 comes in.
The rise of the small language model, the SLM, and this one is so efficient, they're just giving it away for free on their main site.
And the performance is incredible. It's got the same coding ability as Sonnet 4, which is a much bigger model from just 4 months ago.
But it's twice as fast.
Twice as fast and 1/3 the cost. We're talking $1 for input, $5 for output. That's a game changer.
And it enables this whole new strategy that they're calling the team of agents.
Right. You don't use your most expensive, brilliant tool for every single little job.
Yeah.
You wouldn't hire a brain surgeon to, put on a Band-Aid.
That's a great way to put it. So you use the big model, like Opus or Sonnet, as the leader.
It does the high-level thinking. It makes the strategic plan. It does the complex analysis, the expensive stuff.
And then Haiku 4.5 comes in as the worker.
It's the sub-agent. It handles the millions of tiny repetitive tasks, monitoring data streams, gathering research, answering simple chatbot questions, all the high-volume work.
And this has a massive impact on cost and something we don't talk about enough, energy consumption.
A huge impact. The numbers are staggering. A single query to a giant model can use something like 6,700 joules of energy.
Wow, 6,700 joules.
Contrast that with a small, efficient model like Haiku. It might only use 114 joules. That's almost 60 times less energy.
So if you can shift most of your workload from the big model to the small one, you're saving a fortune on your electricity bill and your server costs.
It's the only way this whole AI ecosystem becomes sustainable in the long run, both financially and environmentally. This team of agents approach is, without a doubt, the future.
Before we wrap things up, we want to thank our other wonderful sponsor, Skony.
Skony is a premium golf shoe store. If you're a golfer, you know how important good shoes are for comfort and performance on the course. They have incredible stuff.
They really do. And like with our other sponsor, you can get a great deal. Just use the promo code SNARFL at checkout for 15% off your entire purchase.
You can find them at scony.com.
Okay, so let's quickly recap the 3 big takeaways from Anthropic's news today.
All right, first, Opus 4.5 and its huge price drop is turning high-end AI into more of a commodity. The price war is on, and large-scale enterprise adoption is the end goal.
Second, security is still a major concern. Even the best models can be tricked, so you absolutely must build your own security architecture around them. Don't rely on the model alone.
And third, the future is a team of agents. Using small, efficient models like Haiku for the bulk of the work is the only way to make AI cost-effective and sustainable at scale.
It really shows the whole industry is shifting from just chasing benchmark scores to building practical, secure, and efficient solutions.
The market is definitely maturing. It's all about utility now.
We're here to help at Snarful, so reach out on our website if you have any more questions.
That's a wrap on today's top stories. Remember, tech doesn't have to be complicated, and we're here to help connect the dots. If you've got questions or want to learn more, visit us at snarful.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.